Hey everybody, it's Austin Ward for Lettermen Row, back with another BuckIQ, and for the first time ever, the Letterman we have with us today is a Heisman Trophy winner. It's Troy Smith, a former Ohio State quarterback, and quarterback for a lot of other people as well, but for our purposes, he wore that scarlet and gray. And Troy, thanks for joining us. Welcome in here.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Good to meet you too, bro.
All right, we're going to look at Dwayne Haskins. He's got some Heisman odds now, 11-1. Troy knows firsthand how difficult it is to win that award. I don't know what stands out to you about Dwayne Haskins. We don't have that much film to break down, but we've got a little bit. I'm sure that you've got some extra insight into him as well.
The main thing that jumps off the screen right away with me about Haskins is definitely his arm talent. At playing the quarterback position, those are some of the attributes that mainly go into it. Obviously, you want decision making. Yep. Obviously, you want a great leader. But when you got that, where we from in Cleveland, Ohio, we call it flicking a booger. When you got a guy that can flick the booger, you know you got something special.
Right. We'll see what's flying off those fingers. We're going to roll that film right now. For the first time, BuckIQ, Dwayne Haskins with Troy Smith.
So here we go. Backup quarterback, Dwayne Haskins, 6'3", 214. A redshirt freshman from Potomac, Maryland. In the game for J.T. Barrett. Faced with a 3rd down and 1.
All right, so Troy, you might remember this stadium pretty well. You might be remembering that experience the first time you went in the game. You know, put yourself in this situation. You've been the quarterback of this team. You're going out there, this situation on the road against a rival, and now you need to try and go win the game. What is Dwayne Haskins thinking here?
Well, I know for a fact, I think his first thought was definitely my first play, get the snap and everything correct and get it done the right way. Because a lot of times as QBs, when you get out there, just a nervous jitter on your part can tear a play apart.
Right.
So kudos to him for getting out there in an incredibly hostile environment and getting the first play done. You know what I mean? It's like that first punch or that first hit.
Well, you've got to make the exchange. Right. I mean, you got to corral that snap. It's 3rd and 1. That's not a situation that's necessarily ideal either.
No, that's huge. And, you know, in a joking manner, you can see how big it was because he forgot to put his mouthpiece in. You know what I mean? So it happens. It happens.
And this was, you know, he's stepping in there. He's replacing J.T. Barrett here. You've got – and this, you know, maybe not everybody likes to hear it. This is one of the better defenses in the country last year.
Right.
The weather wasn't great. I mean, this is just not ideal circumstances. I wonder if that tells you a little bit more about the moxie that this kid brought out there.
I'm glad you worded it that way because the main thing that I was going to say to rebuttal from that is through the years, Michigan's defense hasn't been that good. Mm-hmm. And you just pointed out what everybody knows now, that they're starting to get better. So for him to come in and perform, you know, as cool as he did against one of the better defenses across the nation, that speaks volumes to who he is.
What is it like to be in that stadium, Troy, the first time?
Oh, it's nerve-wracking. But honestly, my first couple times being a part of the stadium, Craig Krenzel and Scott McMullen, they did a good job of being, so to speak, my big brothers in those situations. And, you know, I was a red shirt guy, so I got a chance to see them orchestrate and win a couple drives there. I was spoiled in that sense, so it was cool for me. But being on the field is something totally different. Believe it or not, they aren't as rowdy as you would think. We are much more of a upbeat crowd. Yeah. Whatever you want to call a Michigan man, they really feel it all the way through the stadium because they're pretty mild-mannered. And I think that's why we've been owning them for the past couple of years.
How much does it help a quarterback to have this guy out there?
Oh, man, J.K. Dobbins is awesome. That's a quarterback's best friend, so to speak, ultimate running game. So when you got J.K. Dobbins and right here Mike Weber also, we got great problems.
So there looked like there were a couple jitters there for a couple plays there, Troy, and you get in this tough situation. We talked about how good that defense is, and now Dwayne's got to cut one loose.
Okay, now go back to the beginning of the play as a quarterback. What I do feel comfortable with right away. Let's rewind it a little bit more. Right at the like before the linebacker comes down and about. Okay, now see, I got 3 down linemen right up front. Right. Now I know for a fact that if I know what's going on, I got a little bit of time to play. I got some time to make a play. I got a time to do something. Count your 5 against their 3. We're doing pretty good here. Roll it a little bit for me. Now, even with 2 more, we got 5 for 5. So we still good. Single high also, I got me licking my chops. If I'm going across the board and I'm seeing these guys eyed up one-on-one, he's not even worried about the quarterback. Neither one of them. Of course, I would choose the shortest throw. And this is the type of decision-making that you want your quarterback to make. I mean, precise decision-making, 3rd and 13, incredible time that you can really see who Dwayne Haskins is really going to be, and he shows you right here.
The way that he makes that decision is one thing, and then you have this window here. And the way he fits that in.
That's NFL worthy. And everybody don't have that. And that's what I'm talking about, flicking the booger. That's that arm talent, so to speak.
Is that what something
just get it out of here. He's like, I don't want it. It's a hot potato. It's too hot. You get it to my guy, Austin Mack. And that was a great catch. Football's a tough sport. And stuff like this, we should really pay attention to.
When you see him hit this corner of the field, it feels like everybody for years and years. So, well, when is the Ohio State passing game going to start attacking vertically again?
Right.
This has to tell you, right, that there's signs that Dwayne Haskins can do that.
Oh, there's no doubt. We should create and love the pulse of going deep around here. That is definitely about to become Ohio State football again. It's good to talk about vertical because that, translate into a decent running game also. And I do remember the times at Ohio State when it was where they say 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Right.
And, it was a kid from up north, underprivileged kid, so to speak. They said he was too short, and they said he was this, that, and the third. And when he got in there, boy, I'm telling you, that 3 yards in a cloud of dust was a done deal. We was going deep. You know what I mean? So I get it.
You got to have the guy that can do it.
Right.
Haskins play fake. Haskins in trouble. Haskins decides to run. Haskins with the first down and more. Look at the redshirt freshman come in and play ball.
So you got one more situation here on this opening drive. Just an early look at Dwayne Haskins, and he's actually got a true freshman at right tackle for this play, and he does some things that kind of look like Troy Smith with the legs a little bit, doesn't he? I mean,
a little bit.
I've seen Troy Smith escape the pocket, go into that same end zone maybe.
Well, what's so crazy, what he has here that I didn't have, I probably wouldn't have been able to get those last 7-8 yards. I would have stumbled, fumbled, bum. I would have tripped or something. You know what I mean? But he shows his athleticism at 6'3", 6'4". I think he's 6'4" and some change. And when you can boogie like this, you look like a Deshaun Watson to me. You know what I mean? That's something he would do. And hopefully Dwayne Haskins looks up to a type of guy like that because he's a winner.
Does this make you think he might be a Heisman guy, Troy?
Definitely. Everything about the way that he approaches the game, the way that he prepares, I definitely appreciate Ohio State's, all around, just getting him ready for the understanding of how to be big time, and it's showing off.
Well, we can't wait to break down some new clips, something that isn't maybe from last November, maybe something from September 1st, and we'll have Troy back in here to break down the first start for Dwayne Haskins in the horseshoe. He's coming in here with that Heisman credential. He's helping us out. We really appreciate having Troy in here. We'll have some more BuckIQ at Lettermen Row coming for you as the season progresses and all year round. So for Troy Smith, I'm Austin Ward. We'll see you next time at Lettermen Row.